North Korea, officially known as the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, is one of the most secretive and authoritarian regimes in the world. The country operates under strict laws and regulations that control nearly every aspect of its citizens' lives. These laws are designed to maintain the government's absolute control over the population and prevent any form of dissent or foreign influence. From restrictions on hairstyles to laws regulating relationships and public behavior, North Korean laws are often bizarre, draconian, and serve to reinforce the state's ideology. Below are 10 of the most unusual and extreme laws in North Korea, showcasing the extent of the government's influence over its people's daily lives. North Korea enforces strict regulations on personal appearance, including haircuts. Citizens are only allowed to choose from a limited number of approved hairstyles. Men have a list of 28 government-approved haircuts to choose from, while women are restricted to just 14 options. These styles are conservative and reflect the government's desire to limit Western influence and promote uniformity. Haircuts that resemble modern Western styles, such as mohawks, spiked hair, or long, unkempt hair, are strictly prohibited. Even Kim Jong-un himself has been seen with a carefully styled haircut that adheres to state guidelines. Loyalty to the ruling Kim family is required by law. North Koreans are expected to show absolute devotion to the country's leadership, particularly to the three generations of Kims: Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and Kim Jong-un. This devotion is not just encouraged, but enforced through laws that mandate participation in celebrations, parades, and ceremonies, especially on the birthdays of Kim Jong-il, February 16th, and Kim Il-sung, April 15th. If a person is found to be lacking in their display of loyalty, they can face severe punishments, ranging from imprisonment in labor camps to execution. The government uses these laws to maintain power and suppress any dissent. North Korea is an officially atheistic state, and religious practice is heavily suppressed. While some people may still engage in underground religious practices, the government strictly forbids public displays of faith. The regime sees religion as a threat to its authority, as it may encourage people to question the absolute power of the Kims. Religious groups, including Christians, Buddhists, and others, face persecution, and North Korean law criminalizes religious activities such as attending services, possessing religious materials, or organizing religious events. Those found practicing religion are often punished with imprisonment, forced labor, or worse. Some reports have suggested that people found with Bibles may be executed. North Koreans must follow strict dress codes, especially when in public or attending state events. Men are often required to wear dark suits with ties, while women are expected to wear traditional Korean outfits or other modest attire. In certain cases, citizens are compelled to wear clothing adorned with portraits of Kim Il-sung or Kim Jong-il. These clothing laws are a way for the government to control public image and prevent any individuality that might disrupt the collective appearance of the population. Dress codes are not just about appearance. They are a manifestation of state control, ensuring that citizens conform to the regime's ideals of order and uniformity. North Korea is one of the most isolated countries in the world, and its government goes to great lengths to control information. The regime bans all foreign media, including books, movies, TV shows, websites, and social media. There is no free press in North Korea, and the state operates a single-party media system where all content is tightly controlled. People caught watching foreign films, reading foreign books, or accessing foreign websites, even using illegal methods, can be severely punished. The goal is to prevent outside influences and maintain the state's monopoly on information. North Koreans are only allowed to consume content produced by the government, which portrays the country in a favorable light and vilifies the outside world. In addition to controlling speech and actions related to politics, North Korea also regulates language. The use of swear words or disrespectful language is banned. This law is part of a broader effort to maintain social order and moral purity. Swearing is considered an affront to the government and to the social harmony that the regime seeks to promote. The authorities monitor and punish citizens who use offensive language, whether in public or private. Ordinary citizens are not allowed to travel abroad without the explicit permission of the government. Travel outside North Korea is considered a privilege reserved for high-ranking officials and those in the regime's favor. Most North Koreans live their entire lives without ever leaving the country. Unauthorized attempts to escape or travel abroad can result in harsh punishment, including imprisonment, forced labor, or even execution. The government controls travel to ensure that its citizens are isolated from the outside world and remain loyal to the state. Additionally, it helps the regime prevent defections, as people who leave the country are often seen as betraying the nation. Dating and relationships are heavily controlled by the government. Casual dating is not encouraged, and the government has a hand in facilitating marriages, often selecting matches based on family background and loyalty to the regime. Public displays of affection, such as holding hands, kissing, or other intimate acts, are prohibited. This law is aimed at maintaining a high level of public decorum and controlling social behaviors. North Koreans are expected to focus on their work and loyalty to the state rather than indulge in personal relationships. The government even regulates who can marry whom, often ensuring that marriages align with the regime's political and social interests. North Korea has some of the harshest penalties for defaming or insulting the leaders, particularly the Kim family. The regime considers any criticism of the Kim family to be an act of treason. Even a small, seemingly insignificant act of disrespect, such as speaking ill of Kim Jong-il or Kim Jong-un, can lead to severe consequences, including imprisonment, torture, or execution. North Koreans are required to show complete reverence for their leaders and their image. Unauthorized criticism of the government or its leaders is considered a threat to national security, and those caught can face punishment not just for themselves, but also for their families. In some cases, up to 3 generations are punished. North Korean parents are not allowed to choose any name they wish for their children. Instead, there is a government-approved list of names that must be used. These names are typically chosen to reflect loyalty to the ruling Kim family or the regime's political ideals. Names that are considered foreign or that are deemed to reflect capitalist or democratic values are prohibited. The government maintains this control over naming as a way to reinforce its ideological influence from an early age and to ensure that even personal identity is shaped by the state's authority. Children's names are expected to reflect the family's political loyalty and status in the society. In conclusion, the laws in North Korea reflect the extreme measures the regime takes to maintain absolute control over its citizens and to suppress any form of dissent. From regulating personal appearance and relationships to tightly controlling information and loyalty, the North Korean government enforces strict rules to ensure conformity and allegiance to the Kim family. These laws serve as a constant reminder of the totalitarian nature of the regime, where individual freedoms are sacrificed in favor of collective obedience to the state. While life in North Korea remains shrouded in secrecy, the laws that govern the country offer a chilling glimpse into the lengths to which the government will go to preserve its power and ideology. If you enjoyed learning about these fascinating and extreme laws in North Korea, don't forget to like this video, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe to my channel. To watch more videos on my channel, click the videos on the screen now and stay tuned.